resting in together. So gently coming down, soles of the feet on the ground, knees bent, resting in together, and your hands coming to your belly. And just snuggle your shoulder blades down the back body. Tuck your chin slightly in so you've got a nice long neck. And just have several deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, just releasing any tension, any rushing to be here. Releasing the morning that you've had so far. Feeling your tummy rise as you take a nice breath in. And feeling it fall as you breathe out. So coming home to your center. Shutting your eyes and allowing yourself to feel how your body's feeling this morning. Just scan from your feet to your head and just see if there's anywhere which needs a little bit more love, care and attention today. And just know that you will be looking after yourself during your yoga, coming back to softness and ease of movement. And then giving yourself an intention as to how you'd like to feel as you finish your yoga practice today. How will your yoga practice serve you this morning? And if nothing comes up, of course, that's fine. But if something does, just know it will be so. And then stretching your legs out along the ground and your arms right above your head along the ground, and just stretch into one side of the body from your fingers to your toes, and then into the other side of your body from your fingers to your toes. And just move from side to side. Just bringing a gentle stretch in, and then take a nice deep breath in as you stretch everything. And breathe out and let the body shorten. And then bending your knees, bring them up towards your chest and your hands underneath your knees. And just circle the knees together so that you're doing little circles on your back. And then maybe the other way. And then coming to stillness, keeping the toes together, bring your hands onto your knees and bring your knees towards your chest and circle your hips out. Just do that nice and slowly with awareness. Small stretch into your hips. And then in the other direction. So warming up your hips. And for most of this, you can keep your eyes shut. So it's a really internal experience. And then holding underneath your knees again, take a breath in and breathe out. Bring your knees towards your chest. Breathing in, let them come away. Breathing out towards your chest. Squeezing your abdomen. Breathing in, come away. One more time. Breathing out. And then just with your hands underneath the right knee, stretch your left leg up into the sky. Really straighten, really flex your heel and feel all the muscles in that leg working. And then just Bring your navel slightly in and up, and then bring that leg slowly to the ground. Still keeping it active. Take a breath in, breathing out, your right knee comes towards you. Breathing in, you ease that away, and do that twice more with your breath. Make sure your face is soft, your shoulders are soft. That's lovely. And then we'll just swap legs. So bring your hands around your left, underneath your left knee, right leg up into the sky. And then using the muscles of that leg, flexing the foot. And then bringing the navel in and up as you gently bring that leg down towards the ground. Keeping it still working when it's there. Take a breath in, breathing out, ease your left knee towards you. And do that a couple more times. No forcing, working gently with the body. Ease of movement. And then bending both knees and bringing your feet up towards the ceiling, bring your hands in between and just hold anywhere, the ankle or on the instep or the heel. And we're just going to rock from side to side, dropping the tailbone down towards the floor in that lovely happy baby position. And just come to stillness. Take a breath in and ease your knees towards your armpits. And then bring the legs down and the soles of the feet on the ground. Knees are still bent. We're going to do our bridge. So arms right down by your sides. And on your next breath in, tuck the tailbone, lift your arms and bring your arms up all the way over your head. Let your neck relax and coming down with your breath. So pushing into the soles of your feet, lifting up the pelvic floor, using a soft ease of movement to massage each vertebrae as you come up and down. Pushing, using your legs, really pushing into the soles of the feet, keeping the legs good and active. And still with your eyes shut, really focus on your inside and on how that feels for your body. Just simple movements, but so good for you. And then on the next time that you're down, we're going to do another one and bring the arms underneath and clasp them. So keeping your arms along your sides. On your next breath in, curl the tailbone up and coming up into that wedge. Bring your hands underneath, clasp your hands together and push into your upper arms. And your chest comes towards your chin. And your chin slightly up towards the sky. Pushing into the soles of the feet, using the muscles of the legs. Keeping the knees parallel. Just relax the pelvic floor and then lift the pelvic floor and just see how that helps your inner stability. Just a slight lift. Working the core, protecting your back. And then keep up in that position, release the arms, bring them up so the hands are towards the ceiling. And you can just ease from side to side as you come back down. And it just helps massage either side of the spine, coming slowly all the way down. And then take 2 nice deep breaths in and out through the nose, filling up the lungs. And then we're going to rock up. So bring your hands underneath the knees on the lower thigh and start rocking all the way along your spine. Your chin tucked towards your chest. Really enjoy that massage. Then come all the way up. Take a nice deep breath in, arms come up into the sky. Breathe out, fold towards your knees. Drop your head. And just take a nice deep breath in to the lower part of the lungs. And then coming up, we're just going to come into that lovely boat position. We have done this a couple of times. So bring your hands underneath your thighs. The first thing is to lift your heart up and your sternum up towards the sky. Get your balance, engage your core, and then lean back so that you can balance on your buttocks. The shins are parallel with the floor. Keep your knees together for good stability. So you can zip up from the instep all the way up to the groin. Keep the shoulder blades down the back body, looking up slightly, but keeping that chin tucked so that the back of the neck is nice and long. Coming down whenever you feel is necessary, keeping this nice and soft and not too much effort. Too much effort. So coming down now for a rest. Take a breath in, breathing out, coming forward towards your knees. Easing the shoulders down. And then coming up, bringing your hands behind you. And you might just want to look at me for a second. What we're going to do is take a breath, lean back, take a breath in, breathing out, push the legs out. We're just going to do that 2 or 3 times. Then we're going to come to one side, so you're just on the right buttock, and do the same 3 times with the breath, and then on the left. So hands behind, again, get that nice lift up through the chest, leaning back, lift the legs, breathe in, bring your knees towards your chest, breathe out, they come out. So you just open up, breathing in, breathing out. Slowly does it, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, coming in, breathing normally, coming slightly onto one cheek. Take a breath in, breathing out, stretch your legs out to lean back, breathing in forward, breathing out, nice and slow, really massaging into that buttock, breathing out, come into the center and over to the other side. Take a break at any moment. So take a breath in, the knees come in, breathing out away, breathing in towards, breathing out away. One more. That's great. Bring the legs down, the knees. So then you can take a nice deep breath in, arms up into the sky, breathing out, fold forward over your legs. Allow your chin to drop towards your chest. Just quite good work for your core muscles. And nice and slow and steady when you do that. And then lifting up, just bring your hands behind you, fingers pointing out to each wall. Keep your feet as wide as your yoga mat, knees bent, and then just drop both knees down to the right. Take a breath in, breathing out, come to the center and down to the left. Breathing in, breathing out. And just windshield wiper the legs like that a few times with your own breath. Keeping your chin tucked in. And the back of the neck is long. And then gently coming up onto all fours. So really think about it when you move. Every move, part of your movement should be graceful. So coming down, coming onto all fours, onto your hands and knees. Have something under your knees if you need to protect them, a little bit of padding. And we'll just do some cat stretches that we normally do. I do appreciate people are trying to help me watch them as well, because I have you all on the screen. So when you're in that position, the flat back position, just come into your dropping the belly, breathing in and breathing out, bringing the back, the heart and the navel up towards the spine, breathing in, dropping the belly. It's all in your own time, with your breath. Closing your eyes, bringing total awareness inside. And then coming to a flat back position, take your knees slightly wider and just do some parallel circles with the floor. So you're coming all the way around, coming as forward as you feel like coming to each side. And you kind of can sort of stretch either side as you do that. And it does work the wrists as well. It works the hips, keeping your looking down so that your neck is in line with the spine still, always taking care of your neck. And then in the other direction, a little bit of free movement, making the pose work for you. So breathing into your ribs, stopping if there's a little area that feels like it needs a little bit of back and forth. Opening everything up, allowing the energy to flow well in your body. And then come into a flat back position. So keep your knees as wide as the mat and the toes in together, and we're just going to thread the needle. So keeping your left palm on the ground, take a breath in, trace the right hand all the way up and into the sky. Tuck your chin, look after your neck. And breathing out, dive forward, through, and down onto that upper arm, using your left palm into the ground to get a beautiful twist through the right side. Checking that you're not putting any weight on that head and neck. Breathing gently. Breathing behind the right shoulder blade. Breathing more energy and life into the upper shoulder. And then on your next breath in, bring the navel towards the spine and come up all the way with that arm up into the sky. Enjoying the stretch. And then bring that hand down. And now with the other hand, so the right hand on the right palm on the ground, trace the left arm all the way up into the sky. Breathing out, dive down and come onto the upper part of that left arm. Using your right hand to enable your twist, but never forcing, always working in an easy range of movement, never forcing. And then on your next breath in, just remember your pelvic floor as you bring the arm up into the sky and then replace it down. Sitting back on your heels, and let's just rotate the wrists, so keep the arms still and bring your fingers in and your thumb over your fingers and just rotate your wrists in one direction and then in the other. So now coming forward, we're going to come up into downward facing dog. So hands are a little further forward than under your shoulder blades. Tuck your toes. And we're going to take the hips up towards the back wall. So take a breath in, lift up your body away from the mat, push into your palms and take your hips back to the back wall. Tuck your lower ribs in and come very high up onto your toes. So you're really reaching your hips up and back. Just check your neck is soft and that your inner arms are spiraling out. So the creases of your elbows are facing towards the front and your upper thighs are spiraling in. And then just pedal through. So just pedal through, one heel towards the ground and then the other. And you can make that bend of the knee as much as you want to. What suits you? Think of how this yoga can serve your body this morning. So one foot after the other, one heel after the other towards the ground. And then bending both knees and sending the hips to the back wall. Breathe in, breathe out, lift those hips up into the sky. Bend your knees, breathing in, pushing away from your yoga mat. Breathe out up into the sky. One more time. Bend the knees. And breathe out. And then come down onto all fours. Bring your toes together. Actually, keep the knees together. We're going to come down into a child pose with our arms along the yoga mat, hands together and up over the head. So it's a shark fin. So coming down into this relaxing child pose with your hands together, bringing the hands up over the head and just inch your elbows forwards. So you get a lovely stretch into both armpits. At the same time, tucking your chin. And then once you're in that position, relax everything. So you will feel, as you breathe in, you will feel compression into your abdomen. And that will be, and as you breathe out, that releases. And that will be easing all of your digestive organs, bringing fresh blood supply. Just normal breaths in and out. That's great. Feeling the skin on the back stretching. Nourishing every part of your body. And then gently bringing your navel towards your spine as you come up. Sitting back on your heels. And we're going to come up into downward facing dog again and then bringing that foot, the right foot forward into a lunge. So tuck the toes, heels come back towards the back wall. And then you're going to bring your right foot up into the sky, stretching into the sole of the right foot, bend the knee and bring it all the way forward between your palms. Drop the back knee. Roll the shoulders up, back and down and come onto the fingertips. Keep it very light so you're not sinking in. Make sure the knees over the ankle. Just check that. Looking up, but the chin still slightly tucked in. And taking a few breaths and allowing that stretch to happen. If it feels easy to you, you can tuck the back toes and lift the left knee off the ground. But otherwise, just keep it working for you this morning. Don't work too hard. Don't work hard. And then bring your left hand to the right instep and we'll open up with your right hand to the sky into that lovely twist. And here you might want to raise the back knee because that opens up the whole asana, so it does feel very good. Do what feels right for you. And then coming down, drop the back knee and just ease your hips back so you can come into runner's stretch, easing your chest towards your foot. In a gentle way, easy way, shoulder blades up, back and down, shoulders up, back and down. And then breathing in, roll forwards into your lunge again. Plant the hands by the foot, lift the back knee, and then bring your foot all the way back up into the sky. And then bring it down beside your left foot. So now we're going to do the same on the left side. So left foot into the sky, really stretch into the sole of that foot. And then bring it all the way forward between your hands, drop the back knee, heart shining forward, shoulder blades down the back body, looking up, check knee over ankle, hug your thighs slightly in towards each other, it gives you great support, pelvic floor slightly up. Tucking the back toes if you want to bring back more of a stretch, but really enjoying the stretch into your hips. And then bring your right hand to your left instep and bring your left hand into the sky as you open up into your twist. Check that your chin is tucked. And then bring your left hand down and take your left foot back up into the sky in three-legged dog, stretching up, 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 and then bring the foot down, bend the knees, and this time take them as wide as the yoga mat, and we'll come down into a child pose with the arms stretched out in front, with the forehead down on the mat. Relax the arms, and again, just take some lovely deep breaths into your abdomen. And releasing breaths out through the mouth, letting everything go. And then rolling up, we're going to just come up. So come up very easily. If you can come into a squat, you can use a block underneath your feet. So coming into a squat, you can use 2 blocks underneath your feet, and you could even sit on blocks. But again, we want to think about the tailbone dropping down to the floor and making a lovely curve, opening up the spine at the back. Chin is tucked, knees are together. And if you only do one thing per day for your back, doing this and then a relaxed forward bend, that's really, really good. It will help with your flexibility. So dropping the tailbone down. So you need to spend at least a minute or a minute and a half like this. And if that feels too much for your neck, you just keep your neck in line with your spine. Shoulder blades down the back body. You can use your fingertips to balance yourself. Feet can be parallel or together, mine are together, and that actually feels like it gives me good support. So I'm hugging my knees into the midline. And then uncurl, drop your heels towards the ground. You can bring your feet hip width apart, and hold each elbow. Get a good bend in your knees so you get a good relaxation from the hips forward for your back. So bend your knees as much as you need to. Just allow the head to hang and turn your head from side to side. Nod yes and no. And really enjoy how much the gravity pulls the upper body forward. And then unbend your knees a little, so you've still got a bend in the knees, but a smaller bend, and take your right elbow towards your left foot, and then the left elbow towards the right foot. So you're just easing into your lower back from side to side. Drop the arms, so all weight is forward. Arms are loose. Bend your knees. Lift the pelvic floor and uncurl one vertebrae at a time, coming all the way up. Come here, shoulders go up, back and down. And just do that 2 more times. Forward, up, back and down. Forward, up, back and down. We're going to do that happy jumping that we've done before. So all you do is actually lift your heels, and you can do one at a time. Feet are parallel, knees are soft, and you're just up and down. So either both together. I can see JJ's good at the jumping. So both together or one at a time, and just let your whole upper body relax. Arms relax. Much better for you than jogging. So it probably increases your heart rate. You can turn the body perhaps a little from side to side. Just getting some energy flowing in the body. And then gently coming to stillness. So we're going to do Trikonasana. And last week we did it with a heel against the wall. So we can do that, if that is quite a good way of doing it. So, so if you come with your towards the wall and have your right foot sort of at a 60-degree angle, because you are still facing front, and then bring your left foot and just check that the left foot is all the way around facing the front wall, and your heel would come back and intersect your other heel, so you've got a bit of space between your legs. Set up your pose. So think about wide through the pelvis at the front. Take a breath in, stretch your left arm out. You can't quite stretch the right, but just take it onto the wall. And then stretching forward and come down to anywhere on your thigh without collapsing your body weight there. Sorry, your thigh or your shin. Take your right hand and help spiral your ribs up towards the ceiling. And when you feel that that's where you want to be, ease within pose, you lift the hand up, palm facing out, up to the sky. And the stretch is between the left hand and the right hand, all the way up. Bring your navel in and up. Check that your neck is relaxed, it's feeling good and comfortable. And press your back heel into the wall for stability. So on your next breath in, coming up, bring your hands to your hips. Bring both feet round to the center, and then step your feet together. So we're going to do the same on the other side. So this time with your left heel against the wall. Take a small step with your right foot, about 4.5 times the length of your feet between your feet, if that feels comfortable. Get the spread across the pelvis before you go anywhere. You're facing forwards. Stretch your right arm out, and then stretch forward and down, bringing the left hand to your ribs. Just bring them round and fix your gaze somewhere on the wall in front or towards the ceiling. Don't collapse down onto your right hand, so lift up and away. You don't even, you can just have your fingers there. Use your core, use your pelvic floor. Push into that wall for stability with your heel. Check that your chin is tucked, neck is, your face is soft, and then breathing in, coming up. So we're going to do one of those either side before, away from the wall now. So bring your feet together for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in and a breath out. So again, this time, take your left foot so it's straight towards the wall, your right foot in at this 60-degree angle. Feel the stretch across the pelvis. Stretch your arms out left to right. Check they're in line with your body. Take a breath in, breathe out, stretch forward and come to wherever, again, feels comfortable. Stretching that right arm up into the sky. That's great. That's really good. Lift the kneecaps slightly. Lift the pelvic floor to support you. No collapsing, neck in line with the spine. That's lovely. You're doing really well. Breathing in, coming up. Hands down, turn both feet to face the front. And then we can turn the right foot around, the left foot in a little. Just check the heels are in line. Breathe in, both arms come out to the side. Get that stretch across the front of your pelvis. And then leaning forwards, stretching, and then coming down into your triangle, Trikonasana. Keep the neck in line with the spine. Keep the knees slightly lifted so that supports you. Arm up into the sky. Breathing steadily and easily. Face is soft. Check your jaw is soft. Toes are soft. And then push into the floor to bring yourself up. And then drop your arms. Bring your feet parallel, and we'll just come into a relaxing forward bend. So hand onto your hips, feet are parallel. Breathe in, lifting your heart, shoulder blades down the back body, and then leading forward with your heart. Come all the way down, bending the knees slightly into a forward bend, and you can hold your elbows again and just relax your head and neck. Take several beautiful deep breaths into the lower part of your lungs. Feeling the diaphragm coming down as you do that. And releasing as it comes back up. And then bend your knees a little more. Sweep your hand forward and up as you push into the ground to help you come all the way up. And bring your hands down to your chest. That's great. That's lovely. So we're now going to need our chair. So having the chair, and if you have the back part of the chair facing forwards, you'll see how that can help. So have it at one end of your mat, and you come down the other end. So we're going to turn the left foot all the way around and the right heel in a little. Get that nice stretch. Set your pose up. So we're going into Trikonasana first before we use the chair. So breathing in, both arms come out left to right. We'll try once with the chair and then we'll try once without. So on your next breath out, stretching forward to the side and coming down into your Trikonasana. So momentarily staying here, but then bending that front knee and bringing your left hand onto your chair. And take the back of the chair with your right, but keep facing forwards, and then take your left your right leg up parallel, still toes are facing forwards. So you're sideways. And so you can enjoy this because you've got all the stability. So you're slightly bend the left knee so you're actually able to support your body. And it doesn't matter where your leg is, it doesn't have to be parallel, it's just slightly lifted. Just slightly lifted, that's great, that's great. So you can really use the chair. Keep your neck long. And bend your left knee, allow your foot to come back down. And if you can come back up into your Trikonasana, do. Otherwise, with grace, just come gently up. That's good. If you don't have a chair, you could try and use the side of your couch or something like that. Set yourself up so that you can do that in the way. So that's great. So we'll do the same on the other side. So set your pace up, right foot all the way around, knee facing the right wall. Stretch across the arms. So arms left to right. Take a breath in, breathing out, stretching forward and to wherever the hand easily comes, not on the knee, but above or below, into your lovely side Trikonasana. And then bending the front knee, coming forward with your weight. Bring your right hand onto your chair and the left hand onto the back of the chair. And you can then lift the back leg up parallel to the floor. Check your shoulders are away from your ears. Face is soft. Coming down whenever you're doing really well, coming down whenever you want to. But this is a lovely free feeling because you have that support. So bend the front knee, allow the left foot down. Come up into your Trikonasana if you can, if that feels available. That's great, good. And then breathing in, coming all the way up. And bring your hands to your waist, feet parallel. And just leaning forward into a nice forward bend again, into Uttanasana, knees bent, just to relax again, holding your elbows, making sure that your neck is soft. 3 lovely deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then pushing into the soles of the feet, tucking the navel in and up, using the pelvic floor, sweep the hands forward, up, back and down. And bring your hands together and down to your chest. So we can do, I think we won't do another one of those with, we'll move on. But maybe in your own home practice, do one like that and then do a freestanding one, perhaps just with a block. And you can use your block sort of sideways and put the block down as you move down so that you know where you're going to be, because it's very difficult to be down onto the ground as well. But try that another time at home. So we're going to come forward now into a seated position. So on a block or on a cushion, if you haven't got a block. And we're going to do, that's in Vrasana. So we're just going to do a nice twist. So bending your left knee and bringing it underneath your hips, your legs, and bring your right leg over the top. I always use a lift for this to try and keep my pelvis at my pelvis central. So take a nice deep breath in and just lift and lengthen through the spine, tucking your chin in. and breathing normally. Just see what happens. You've got this lovely lift. Now, if you lift your head up, it rocks the whole body forwards and arches the back. So this is why we try and keep a long back of the neck when we're doing things. So lifting up through the back of the neck, breathing, both arms come up into the sky. Turn your whole torso to your right. So you're into a twist, and either wrap your arm around your right knee, taking your right hand behind you, or bring the elbow in front, but lifting and lengthening, and then easing into the twist as you breathe out. So expanding up through the spine as you breathe in, and easing as you breathe out. And just taking a while to be in this twist and not moving to your full range of movement, not the end range of movement, because the energy flows so much better when you don't force anything. So just easing into your twist. Face is soft. Allowing the twist to happen. And then breathing in gently, coming to the front. And we'll change the legs. So the right leg comes underneath, right, and the left leg over the top, wherever feels comfortable. And first of all, we lift and lengthen through the spine. And breathing, both arms come up into the sky. And then turn the whole torso to your left. Dropping the arms down, let them float down, and either wrapping the arm, take your left hand behind you onto the fingertips. Lifting and lengthening as you breathe in, and easing into your twist as you breathe out. Keeping your face soft. Looking inside your body. Making every pose work for you. And then easily coming back to the front. And then bringing the soles of both feet towards each other. And we're just going to take a moment. You can have padding if you like, either side of the knees, but keep it an easy posture for yourself. And then just rubbing all your toes, bringing some life and energy into your feet. So your toes all, or your head and neck, everything that goes on in the head is in the toes. So just nice massage of the toes. And if they feel tender, it's only good to massage them. And then from your big toe down the ball of the foot, massage under the ball all the way, the whole instep, the inner side of your heel. So that's the whole of your spine. You're coming down the thoracic spine over the ball of the foot, the lumbar spine over the arch, the sacrum, the coccyx, all the way down to your heels. And just do that 3 times. Some lovely self-care. That's great. And then bring your hands to the outer part of your knees. Bring your knees up. And then get yourself ready. We are going to use our block or a cushion under our hips and do the elevated legs. But from that, we'll move straight into Shavasana and our relaxation. So get yourself ready. If you need anything for warmth, have that ready now. So you'll need one block, and we're going to just contact the, I'll show you on the back of my neck. So it's the 2 tendons that come up to the occiput, and we're just going to bring our 2 fingers, first and forefinger, just either side of the neck, on the outside of that strong tendon, and we're just going to rest them there. So that's all we're going to do in our elevated hip position. So no elevations if you're menstruating, no elevations at all, but no inversions at all, but this is fine. So coming down with your block or your cushion, coming down onto your back, and then bringing that block under your hips, and you may need to readjust it in a moment, but bringing it under your sacrum, and then tucking your shoulder blades down the back body and lifting your feet up into the sky. But you want to be able to relax your legs, your knees are bent, so you may need to adjust that a couple of times to get into a more relaxed position. Make sure that you feel supported. So your knees are slightly bent and you're not working your legs at all. And then take your forefinger and your middle finger, bend your elbows and bring your fingers just outside where that tendon would be. So move your head around so you can feel the tendon, and then move just to the outside of it. It's a magic acupressure point for circulating your energy and for, in fact, helping your energy around your body systems free flow. And the hips are elevated, and if you bring your hips higher than your heart, it's very, very good for the venous return of your vessels, your blood to your heart, and it gives your veins a break. It gives everything a help. All inversions are very, very good. And just close your eyes, rest your jaw, make sure you're not clenching anything. No pressure with the fingers. It's just contacting that area. Nothing needs to feel. You don't need to push with them. They're just contacting that area. And just allowing the slow ebb and fall of your breath. So we just do this for half a minute longer. And you can always do this with a bolster up against the wall so that your legs are up against a wall, and it's a really good way of just rejuvenating yourself. If you have to go out and do something and you're feeling a bit tired, it just helps the energy flow in the body. Good resting position. And then gently taking your hands away, just bring your feet down, bring the block away, and setting yourself up for your Shavasana. So stretching the legs along the ground, bring your arms either side, palms facing up. And we're going to do a little bit of the 6-3 breathing. So take a small breath in. Just check first of all, actually, breathe normally, and just check that your neck is soft, your shoulder blades are down the back body, and you're really feeling supported fully by the earth, by Mother Earth. Just feel the heaviness of your body and how the earth rises up to meet you. And then taking a small breath in and a breath right out. Then breathe in for the count of 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. 2, 3. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3, and in. And just carry on for a few more rounds. Freshness, bringing oxygen to each and every one of your beautiful cells. Releasing everything that doesn't serve you. So, finishing up one more round of the breathing. And then allowing your breath to come back to its normal pattern. And putting yourself into a field of well-being. Coming home with your breath, coming home to yourself. Feeling the body breathing itself. Allowing the fruits of your yoga practice to reach every cell of your body. Breathing in, I calm my mind and my body. Breathing out, I ease everything. Calm, ease. Breathing in, I breathe in light. Breathing out, I breathe out love. I am light. I am love. Breathing in, I notice stillness. Breathing out, I notice peace. I am stillness. I am peace. So now just taking a lovely deeper breath in and wiggling your fingers and your toes. And then doing anything that your body needs to do. Any stretch, anything that you feel you need to do right now for your wonderful body. Keeping your eyes shut and your focus inside. And staying here if you feel you have the time and want to relax more. Do what serves you right now this morning. But otherwise, if you're ready, gently turn onto one side with your knees bent. Making a pillow for your head with your hands. Still keeping your focus inside your body. Noticing how you're feeling. And then gently coming up into a seated position with your eyes shut. And then rubbing your hands together and creating a lovely bit of warmth. Bring your hands over your eyes, open your eyes, and allow that loving energy in. And then bring your hands together and down into the center of your chest as we honor each other. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.